Canvas does offer many features to improve the accessibility of our content for our students throughout its different features. However, there's one feature, which is the inbox button, that relies on us to be a little more creative in the way that we think about accessibility. Clicking on the inbox button in the left-hand sidebar menu will bring up this email-style platform for communicating with our students. However, you'll notice that when I click on Compose a New Message in the center of the menu ribbon, I'm presented with a composition box that doesn't allow me any type of editing or formatting buttons for creating proper structure or adding alt text, including a hyperlink of descriptive text, and so on. So I need to think more intentionally about my accessible design of my message composition for students when my message goes beyond just a plain text, quick communication with them. So a couple ways to ensure or to improve accessibility for your students in the composition inbox feature is to, firstly, add something like an attachment using the paperclip icon in the bottom left corner of the composition box. This would allow me to add an attachment to something like a Word document that I formatted and checked for accessibility. Now I could share it as an attachment and feel good about the level of accessibility of my attached document. Another option for improving the accessibility of the message composition would be to create your information in something like a Google Doc or Word Online document that could be shared using a link. For instance, I've created in another tab this letter to students greeting them and welcoming them to a fall course, which includes a hyperlink that's been properly added in addition to my Bitmoji image with proper alt text. Those are two features that I would not be able to include in the message composition box in Canvas. So what I'd like to do to share this letter is to grab a shareable link using the share button in the upper right-hand corner. When I click on the button, I'm presented with this new pop-up. It's important to note that you want to make sure that anyone on the internet with this link can view in the view options, or possibly anyone within your organization can view, depending upon how your school is structured with Google. And then I want to select copy link in the right-hand side. My link has been copied to my clipboard. I will note that you could go back to Inbox in Canvas and now right-click and paste in this link to your document. However, we know that using long URLs, or sometimes called naked URLs, in our digital documents is not best practice when it comes to accessibility. Instead, I want to delete that out of my composition box, and I'm going to create a shortened URL using tinyurl.com, which is a free tool that anyone has access to. And at tinyurl.com, I'm presented with this text box, enter a long URL to make tiny. So I can click and right click to paste my Google Doc link, make tiny URL, and I'm presented up toward the top with a tiny URL, so a much shorter URL than previously seen in the composition box from our Google Doc. I can choose copy to clipboard, and now my URL has been copied. Bringing it back into our inbox tab, now I can copy in that link. Right click and paste. To give this link some context, which we know is best practice, I'm going to insert a quick message. Hi students, please view my letter for the fall. And my link is there. I'm going to go to a new line. See you soon, Mrs. Balbush. I've now created a message for my students that improves the accessibility of my communication with them. Please give one of these methods a try, either adding the attachment or adding the shortened link to a web-based document like Google or Word to ensure that you are being thoughtful about the accessibility for all of your students during this type of communication.